a little bit about the audition process for this role. It's such a powerful role for you. You do it and perform it so beautifully. Talk to us about the audition process.
First off, thank you.
Yes.
As far as the audition process goes, it was casted out of New York, but I'm based in Atlanta. So it was a self-tape that was sent through my agent. I did the self-tape, sent it up, and Julie Schubert actually casted it. I love Miss Julie. She's amazing. She came back, she asked for a callback, and they wanted me to be in person, but I couldn't make it. So I had to send another self-tape. And then after that, she was like, no, we have to see you in person. So I went up to New York for a few days, and during the audition, it was me, Miss Julie, Mr. Hank, which is the creator and one of the executive producers, I believe Mr. Doug, Mr. Russell, and Miss Allison. And we're all in this tiny room. We're knee to knee.
Oh, wow.
I was so nervous. Oh, and Mr. Tillman was there, Mr. George Tillman. We're knee to knee. I'm literally so nervous. And they're like, Miss Julie is standing behind the camera. She's like, just focus. It's okay. It's okay. And Mr. Hank had me run through, I think it was about 3 or 4 scenes. And he would just go, scene 4. Scene 2, and I go back to scene 4. Now do scene 1, and I just tried as hard as I could. And as soon as I left, Miss Julie was like, "Yeah, you got it."
Wow! And you again performed this character so perfect. I mean, it's beautiful in which you connect with Jasmine. This season, Jasmine has a lot of things unfolding for her. Her father is now home. She's a new mom. Talk to us a little bit about how Jasmine is navigating in this new space this season.
Of course. I think in this new season, you really get to see Jasmine finding out what it means to be a woman and what type of young woman that she wants to be. So she's a new mom. So you're always going to have challenges as new mothers, like we saw in the last episode that just aired, I need to hold my baby. I need to feed my baby whenever it cries. She's figuring out motherhood, but also she's dealing with kind of a nostalgia factor, kind of like the same thing that Aaron is going through of him being away for so long. He has to assimilate back. Jasmine and her mom, Marie, have to get used to the fact that he's back home. This is real. And now we are starting to build this family life again. So she's really just navigating what family means to her and how she wants to portray that.
Right. Tyla, why do you think this show and the stories that it tells, the individual stories, and then the overall concept of the show, why do you think this show is so important right now?
I think it's real. And I think more now than ever, we realize that people find solace in not only art and entertainment, but art that reflects their reality. Right. Being able to just say, okay, I'm going to relax and I'm going to watch something and submerge myself in that thing. When you see yourself represented on TV or in the media, period, you feel seen, you feel heard. So I feel like a show that's at the peak of social justice and what it means to have morality and fulfill justice really helps people to process the things that are happening now, especially with the events that happen over the summer and the everyday events that people go through.
Yes. It was announced this week that Isaac Wright Jr., who the show is based on, that he's running for mayor. What did you think of that news when you found out?
I found out when everyone else found out. And it was funny because I was on set and I was in my castmate's room and I ran out of their room and I ran to one of our PAs who is actually Mr. Isaac's nephew. And I was like, Kai, oh my God. He was like, I've been trying not to tell anyone. It's so amazing.
It is. And Isaac is an attorney, but you also have a little bit of a law background. You're currently studying law. You worked at the DA's office in high school. What are your aspirations? What do you want to do with your degree in law? What do you want to do?
I'd love to get into either international affairs or intellectual property. I haven't decided as of yet, but I just know I want to make a difference regardless. I want to put myself in a position to where my overall goal is to be able to provide affordable housing to those with low socioeconomic conditions. But in order to do that, I have to, educate myself on what's going on. I have to be aware of my surroundings. And even if I pass on the business to someone else, I need to know, an oversight look, get everything that I need to know. So that's what I kind of want to do when I grow up. But we never know, I'm young. I can change my mind.
You're young. You just had a birthday last month. Is that right?
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, November. The last day of November. What did you do? Did you have anything fun? Did you do anything fun?
I was working on set.
That's fun. Working at TV, on network TV. Girl, that's good. You are a formerly trained actress, and there are so many people that are looking to break into the business, Tyla. What advice would you share with, people that are watching this or that will watch this on what steps to take to break into the business? It's very hard and difficult, especially for people of color. What advice would you share with them?
I will preface this with saying I was blessed enough to have, my mother is also in the business.
Yes.
So I kind of grew up with her in this business and training, go to the things that she went to. And my agent found me, my manager found me as well. So I've been blessed enough to say that. But to those who are looking for talent or just looking to expand their skills, I would say, just be yourself. Like you have to, especially for people of color, we often get reminded that there's only one space in the room or there's only one space that someone can take up. And you have to remind yourself that even if it is or it isn't, what's for you is going to be for you. And what you are blessed with is going to be for you. And no one can take that from you. And you can also not take anyone else's things. So you have to realize that even if, you don't get that call back from the audition or you don't book the part, or maybe you get a stand-in instead of getting the main part, you have to keep reminding yourself that you are good enough. And a lot of the decisions made in this business are not personal at all.
Right.
Like at all. So you have to just keep telling yourself that you're performing good enough and you show up every single time, do your best work, and somebody will notice.
That's the word. Come on and preach, Tyla. That's the word. Tyla, speaking of your mom, I was going to ask you, being that your mom trained you, is that how you caught the acting bug at all? Like, was that your first source of inspiration for the business?
Well, my mom didn't train me. I made sure of that when I was a student child in that right.
Okay.
But she always wanted to be in the business. So when she was raising me, I would go everywhere my mom would go. Mm-hmm. So whenever she went to an improv intensive, I went with her. If she went to a Slavonsky study, I went with her. And I think what made me, just being raised in that way, you start to lean towards certain things. And I've always been a creative child. I was professionally trained in dance. I did debate, I did art, I drew, I painted, I write. So I was just always like, yeah, I just want to express myself. And I think I caught that from my mom.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Do you have any other projects that you're working on you want to share with us? Anything that's coming out? I think something next year, is that right?
I have been interested in something. We've been working things out, but I don't like confirming things before they happen.
Don't confirm. But you'll come back and we'll talk about it, right? Is that right? Definitely. Thank you so much, Tyla. Can't wait to continue to watch you on this season. Such a good season. I love it. It's been so good. Such necessary television. So thank you for being a part of that. Thank you for telling the story of Jasmine. There's so many Jasmines out there. So thank you for being a representation of her. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Where is the buzz?
Where is the buzz? You said was mine.